Welcome, everyone, to Talented Universe, part of the NDB Media Network. This is the 22nd day of April, and all I can say is I just can't believe April's almost over with. I mean, it's just everything's just going too fast this year. I would like to introduce my co-host today, and then she's going to introduce our special guest today. Marcia, how are you doing?
Super. Hi. Yeah, I am really happy to be here live talking with a very talented and actress, model, and so much more, Kendyl Twa. Hi, Kendyl.
Hi, how are you guys?
Yeah. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and we were talking before about where we are located, and I'm in Northeast Florida, where it's warm. We have some wildfires going on out there, so keep your fingers crossed for that. And Michael is located in the Washington D.C. area, and you are
In Vancouver, Canada. It's cold.
Vancouver. Yeah, it's like how cold is it right now? About
It's actually not bad. It's like 10 degrees, so it's pretty good.
That's still cold.
Yeah,
Still cold.
not for me. I'd rather it be plus 40, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Most people have come because they've seen you in lots of projects, and I like to go first in what I call the Wayback Machine on my left or right. I never remember which one it is. I've got Mr. Peabody and Sherman from an old cartoon, and they put a coin in the Wayback Machine and they go back. So we're going to go back a little bit and kind of delve into how you got to where you are today so far. And so you were born and raised in Canada?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Mm-hmm. And for those of us who are geographically challenged, where is that as far as uh, for Vancouver? And is that
It's right beside Vancouver, so it's pretty close, actually.
mm-hmm. Okay. And did you always think of being an actress? Was that something that was always in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I love acting. I've been acting for a long time, ever since I was little, and it was always a big dream of mine to do it. So I'm like
Hmm.
very happy and grateful about my current
Hmm.
situation.
Yeah. And I understand actually did your sister have something to do with you as far as inspiration?
Yeah, my sister did. We're really close, and when we were little, we both used to do musical theater. But when I was really little, she was the first one to kind of get up on the stage. She did Alice in Wonderland, Annie. I think those were the first two that I saw her in, and I was amazed because she was incredible and she had so much
Mhm.
confidence on the stage. And I just remember seeing her and being like, I want to do
Yeah.
that so badly. So she definitely inspired me.
Yeah, when anybody becomes an actor, I always think about being on stage and everybody's looking at you, and that can be kind of intimidating. So, how
Yeah.
did you deal with that?
Honestly, I definitely had like some anxiety going on stage when I first started, but I don't know, there's something about being a character that I don't get as nervous about. If I have to public speak as myself on a stage, I will have a panic attack. I will be like, absolutely not. But if I'm in like a lion costume and my face is painted, I'll go out there and do anything and I don't care and I'm thriving and it's like the adrenaline rush. So I don't know, I think it's the fact that it's like you're not really yourself as soon as you step on stage.
Hmm. And I love researching and kind of delving into our guests, and one thing I read was that you you kind of give depth to each character by doing certain things. So tell us about the.
Yeah, I like to do little quirks for each character. So whether that's like a hand movement or like a walk or
Hmm.
voice or hairstyle, I love it. I think it comes from my theater background in kind of embodying the character. It just makes it so,
Hmm.
yeah.
So where did that idea come from? Was that something that you got uh, that you explored while you were in school or training, or is that just part of Kendyl?
It's a little bit of both. I think when I was really little, I still do have a very big imagination. And me and my sister, again, we would like to play pretend and imaginary. And we'd always have like little powers or little fun little things for each character that we would create. And ever since then, I've kind of used what I used when I played pretend with what I do at work now, which is kind of funny because basically the job is just playing pretend. That's kind of where it all stemmed from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to jump to, I listened to your voice reel, and I absolutely loved all your voices. I mean,
Thank you.
I've got to ask you, how do you reach for those? Because you played a little child, and you've done, how do you do that?
Well, I had an amazing voice coach. I went to Vancouver Film School for university, and we had a great semester of playing with voice acting. And they kind of helped us channel our different vocal ranges. And again, it's all about embodiment. I have so many videos of me behind the mic. Like when I'm a little girl, I'm like this, or when I'm a mean person, I'm like that. And I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but it's finding those different vocal ranges and just kind of turning into that character.
Mm-hmm. Are there some of your favorites? Because I heard you did a Cheerios commercial. You did a witch, and you were singing, and you did like Disney characters.
Yeah, I love playing a Disney character. I actually used to do princessing for work before, so I love doing the whole lighthearted princess voice for little kids and storytelling. And then I love the little kid voices because it's always fun to pretend you're a little kid. You know, we're grown up. It's fun to tap into that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Are there projects that you have worked on, or you did a Cheerios commercial? And you did the princess, which is magical for kids. I mean, it's got to be so much fun
Yeah,
bringing magic to, yeah, to
it is.
kids.
I love I love bringing magic into kids' lives like that. It was so fun. I've never done a commercial for voice acting. I've done little short films and a video game a couple of years ago that was really fun. But I want to get more into it because I genuinely have so much fun with it.
Mm-hmm. What else would you like to do in that area? We have a fan that comes on, and she asks about anime a lot.
Oh, interesting. That would be fun. I remember I did try to do voiceover for anime in school, and I was horrible at it. I was not good at making the like like the sound effects for hitting people because I kept laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely not my expertise.
And we know you can do a New York accent too.
A little bit. It's shaky, but I try.
Mm-hmm. Have you been to the States?
I have. Yeah, I actually went to New York with my family. I think I was 12, and it was the best experience ever. We saw so many Broadway plays. We went for Christmas, and the tree was up and the light.
Good time of year. Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I was born and raised in New York City. So
Wow.
I know that, I remember what that feels like, and it is a magical time for the city.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you got a chance to experience that. What other places, is that the only place you've been to in the States so far?
I've been to quite a bit. I go to Hawaii quite a bit, which I
Mhm.
absolutely love. Me and my family are obsessed with it there, and I'll go anywhere where there's a beach. So, yeah.
Ah. Well, there are beaches in New York, but not the typical beaches that people most likely go to and say, I'm going to go to New York Beach. I don't hear that a lot. But yeah. Well, I'm going to go to Michael for a little bit. Thank you.
There you go. Kendyl, thank you so much for coming today.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've got a couple of questions. One I'd like to ask our guests, that are in the vertical world. When did you do your first vertical, if you remember?
Gosh, that was way back that when. I believe it was January 2024. like right at the beginning of January. So wow, long time ago.
Yeah. So after you did the first one and you came home, talked to your friends, talked to your parents, talked to your family, and you told them what you were doing, did you actually tell them what you were doing, or did you say something else so you didn't have to try to explain it to them?
I love this question. So I actually didn't know what I was doing. That sounds crazy, but this was one of I don't think it was like the first vertical, but it was definitely one of the first ones that was filmed in Vancouver. And back then we called them web series. And I signed up for it on Backstage by myself because I was like, I just want to sign up for anything. Signed up, I booked the lead, which I was very grateful for. I got to set and I was so confused. The cameras were flipped the other way, and I was like, why are they flipped the other way? Like, thought this was like a show, like a YouTube show, is what I was expecting. And then they explained it was for iPhones, and I still didn't understand. And the script was like crazy. Nothing that I've ever seen before. Some of it wasn't in English, and I'm like, what is going on? So after we were done filming, I didn't get to see any of the footage. So when I told my family about it, I was just kind of like, yeah, I did a show. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know what it's really about. I know a little bit, but it was kind of confusing. And
did you say it was in Chinese and you didn't know all the script, yeah?
We actually got the full script in Chinese, and then we had to get them to translate it. And then we kind of had to translate a little bit of the broken English. And it was a time, but it was funny because the crew also didn't know what they were doing either. They were like,
so they were really one of the first ones in Vancouver then.
Yeah, the director was Eric Zane. He's done so many now, but he came up to me and was like, honestly, this is going to be like trial and error. This is a collaboration because we're all trying to just figure this out. Yeah.
That is absolutely wild. You're the first one that's had an experience that I remember.
Yeah.
Like that. Some have had it, but they had people that had done it before, like overseas. So they kind of knew a little bit, but that sounds like that's just right at the beginning in Vancouver.
Yeah, it was a time. I'm happy I got to experience it because looking back on what it used to be versus now is just like mind blowing. It's crazy.
Totally different.
Totally different world. Yeah.
What have you noticed since January of 2024? The changes that have happened. So it's been over 2 years now since you've been in the vertical world. So what kind of changes have you noticed and that you're happy about?
We have intimacy coordinators now, which we didn't have. We have stunt coordinators now, which we didn't have. We have makeup artists now. We didn't have a lot of that at the beginning. And I love intimacy coordinators. I'm so grateful for them. And I think that was the hardest part for me on that set specifically 2 years ago was I met my co-star day one, amazing guy. His name is Fraser Murray. And we kind of just shook hands. We're like, nice to meet you. And then right off the bat, they're like, okay,
now you got to do this.
They're like, yeah, so you guys are basically going to like kiss on this desk. And we're like, oh, how do we navigate that? And we had to do it ourselves, and it was challenging. Whereas now I walk in and this amazing coordinator is here, and she's like so open armed. She's a plan. It's refreshing. It's so nice. So I'm very grateful for that change.
Yeah, that is good. Have you noticed for you content changes in the last 2 years?
Yeah, like different storylines.
Different maybe getting rid of certain things that you didn't particularly care for.
Yes, I'm hoping the whole vertical storyline start going in this direction instead of like the negative direction. Hoping like female empowering characters. I did one recently. I can't even talk about it because I signed an NDA, but it's
don't talk about it. We don't want you to get in trouble. So,
but it's so different, and I'm very excited for that one to come out. And I've gotten the opportunity to play a lot of like more empowering women roles, which I love. And they're starting to, add in little bits of romance more between the leads instead of it just being like, oh, it's her boss that hates her and all of a sudden they're magically in love, but there's no scenes of chemistry. And now they're starting to add in those missing pieces, which is nice.
That is nice, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And Carla Starmiento has a question for you. Hi, Kendall. Love all your verticals you have been in. What is the process of how you get into character?
Oh, well, hi, Carla. Thank you for the question. Um, my process is kind of different for everyone, but I always start with the script and I basically like rip it apart. I print out all my scripts because I cannot read on a computer and I dive into it. I dissect every single line. I kind of look into what the other characters' backgrounds are. And then if there isn't a character background for my specific role, I kind of create my own. So I'm like, oh, she was probably born here and her best friend was this person, her family life was this. And it kind of helps me embody the character a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course I add in a little quirk, a little movement or walk or hairstyle. And then I sometimes get a song. I really like adding songs to my characters.
Oh, cool.
And I
Oh.
do it in the morning. Yeah.
So do you do a playlist or anything so you get into character?
Yeah, I do.
You do. Okay.
I have my villain playlist and then I have my innocent high school playlist and then I have my billionaire wife playlist a little bit depending on the role.
Okay, let's see. Bailey has a question. What kind of story is your favorite to play? More like realism or fantasy or something else?
Oh my goodness, there's so many roles that I love to play. I really like playing characters that are like intense and have a really hard backstory. I like to dive into like the emotional, intense roles. But I haven't had much opportunity to do fantasy, but my dream is to be in a fairy vertical or a mermaid vertical. So I would.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh my. Oh my. Then I am definitely getting this one question in before I give it back to Marcia.
Yeah.
Okay, before I go to Marcia, because I know she's got a bunch of stuff now she wants to say. I mentioned before we went on air that I looked at your TikTok handle.
Yeah.
And I went, hippie at heart. What? There's got to be a story back there. And you said there was. So would you please tell us how this hippie at heart came about on TikTok?
Yes, this was a long time ago. And I think this must have been 5 years ago. Oh my gosh. 5 years ago when I started my TikTok account, which is crazy. And
So before verticals.
Before verticals, way
Mhm.
before verticals.
Mhm.
And I started it because I started my own business creating jewelry. And I made jewelry out of spoons, forks, knives that I would thrift from the thrift store or Facebook Marketplace. And I would create like this one, I'm wearing one right now, and that's made out of a spoon. This one's made out of a pork tine. You can kind of see that. And basically, Hippie at Heart was just about repurposing and recycling and reusing all the materials and kind of helping the planet at the same time. And it blew up all my videos of me grinding away the silver. I got an amazing fan base on there that was so supportive. I had a whole business account, and people could buy them off of Shopify. And that's how I saved up money to move to Vancouver. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that is really cool.
Mhm.
How long did you have that business? And did you keep it after you did do the move?
I had that business for, I think it was 2 years, maybe 3 years. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
I sadly had to close it when I moved because I had so much equipment. I had like a wall full of silverware. I had my big workbench, my sander, my drill press, all of my tools.
Oh man, everything. Oh
Yeah, I had a
wow.
whole workshop back home, which I love and I miss. But because I live in Vancouver, I live in a very tiny little space and I couldn't fit it in my apartment. So I had to leave it behind. But maybe I'll start it back up, which I would love to do.
Okay, Marcia, I'm going to let you have at it now.
Gee, Michael, what do you think I zoomed in
Oh,
on?
you're going to talk more about silverware, I am sure.
Well, that too. That intrigues me. You mentioned the magic word for me is mermaid. So no, but you have the mermaid hair, obviously. I mean, you have the long flowing. So do you have a particular penchant for mermaids or?
I'm obsessed with mermaids because I'm also obsessed with the water. I used to be a lifeguard and swimming instructor. So when I was little, I was always in the water. And just, I've studied the mermaid world. I love the sirens, and they're just so beautiful and magical. And doing a mermaid vertical, oh my gosh. I would love it.
Well, there I am too. Fairly obsessed with mermaids. Although I
Fairly?
will tell you, I can't swim. It's
What?
not that I haven't
I can
tried.
teach you.
We may have to get together on that. It's funny. In New York City public schools, when I was in school, one of the odd things is that you had to learn to swim in order to graduate, which most people would say, New York City, swim? What? There
Yeah,
aren't
that's
even any swimming pools. But for some reason, that was required. So
mm.
I went dutifully to my swimming class every single day, change into my swimsuit. But I couldn't do it. And so they passed me anyway because they felt sorry for me and they knew that I had tried really, really hard. So it is, I'm obsessed with I love the lore, the stories of mermaids. And I also like Major League Baseball a lot. So I created a mermaid. She's called C Metzi, and she's for the New York Mets, and she is a supporter of the Mets. She goes to all their games, and she just, she's always, the Mets have lost 12 in a row, but she is there cheering them on.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So I'll have to send her to you just so you can she
I
can
want to see
appreciate.
her. Yeah, that's awesome.
And so I would love to see. There have been a couple of mermaid verticals, but not anything to what probably you and I would like to see.
Yeah, I want to do one. I want to do one in Canada, but in the summer, of course, because I don't want to freeze. And
Hmm.
there's this like beautiful lake in North Vancouver called Mystery Lake, and it
Hmm.
would be perfect for a mermaid vertical. Whenever I'm there and I'm swimming, I'm like, I'm a mermaid. I'm just gonna pretend that this is my little pond. It would be perfect. Yeah.
And there was a series, H2O. I don't know.
Oh, I've watched that 7 times. I love that show.
Okay, we definitely have to connect on this, but um, kind of continuing in the fantasy vibe, your vertical weapons, women, western,
Yeah,
Wild West.
yeah.
That that was different.
It was. That was a totally different world. Like, it
Mhm.
was a video game world. It was very fun. It
Oh,
was
Michael put up my
oh my
that's C
goodness,
Metzi.
love her. She's so
Thank you,
cute.
Michael.
I love her hair. Oh my gosh.
It kind of reminds me of you.
I'm like, "We're twinning, come on."
Thank you, Michael.
Oh,
You're welcome.
cute.
I couldn't throw it up on yours, so I said I'll throw it up on mine just so you can see
That's
what it
so
looks like.
sweet. I'm impressed. Now you're one of the mermaid trio that we have.
Yes, well, yeah, I'm gonna switch back to my other self, but it's fine.
But yeah, so your Western fantasy craziness.
Yeah, that was a different one. I was so excited when I booked it because I also didn't think I was gonna book it. I really didn't. I did the audition, I was so excited, and I don't know, afterwards, sometimes as an actor, you get that feeling where you're like, "I love it, but maybe that wasn't the role for me." And I didn't think I would, and when I booked it, I was just so excited because it was so different from all the other ones, and it's just shaking up a bit, so it was
Hmm.
there was horses, and I'm obsessed with horses and obsessed with anything Western, so I had a blast. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very different, and also um, you had it was the gaming aspect. It was a combination that I didn't expect.
Mhm. Yeah, it was kinda confusing because when I was auditioning for it, the audition sign said, like, "Affection points are above your head." So in the audition, I was, like, looking above my head, like, their affection points. And then when I booked it, they were like, you can't see your own affection points. I was like, oh, clearly I don't play enough video games because I have no. Yeah.
That must have been fun for the three ladies who were playing the leads. Were you?
Oh, I love them. Oh, we had such a blast. Kiri and Grace were just like amazing. I made so many amazing friends on that set. We had a blast together because their characters were also really fun. We loved like joking around and messing around with Shay, who played Mr. Joe. And
Right.
hilarious. The four of us were just having a field day in the mud, in the rain.
And where was that filmed?
That was filmed here in Vancouver in North Van, in like the middle of nowhere. We had no heat, no electricity, no anything. It was an abandoned town, abandoned cabin. So it was very like you were there. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that you must have some fun behind the scenes.
Oh, I do. I haven't even released all of them yet. There will be TikTok videos coming.
All right, there we go. I may have to go to TikTok to see that because that was super fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully will lead to some other kinds of different verticals, and now that there's some other groups that are getting into the vertical space, and it'll be interesting to see how that progresses.
Definitely.
But, yeah. Michael?
Yeah, I just have to see your last one that you did, or that has been released, let's put it that way, was Love Reset Game. How did you approach that character? Because that one was a little different than the normal characters that we've normally seen on verticals. Were you hoping to get that role when you read the script, or how did that all come about?
I love this character. I think this is probably, I would say this is one of my favorite verticals that has ever come out, just because I loved her. And I don't usually, I do have a lot of love in my heart for all my roles, but this one I specifically really liked because she was different. She was not the classic nice girl. She was, but she wasn't. She was ready to take her revenge. She was literally in the hospital being like, I'm going to mess with this guy, which I love.
Yeah, I mean, and that was like the first scene, pretty much. It's like she found out all the dirt immediately.
She's got all the tea. She's been planning this while she was in a coma.
Yeah, that was just kind of absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Carla has a last question. What do you usually do after wrapping up from filming? Do you have a routine, or whatever?
Yeah. I'll go based on every day after wrapping. It usually depends on the time, but as soon as I'm done wrapping, I usually call my mom and I tell her all the tea from set, because I call her all the time. And I'll be driving home trying to stay awake, because sometimes we wrap at midnight or 1 a.m. And I am a bedtime girly by 10 p.m. So I'm on the phone with her Mom, you need to keep me awake and talk to me. So I usually call her, and then I get home and I eat something because I'm starving after set. I eat something. I watch usually a lighthearted show, because usually days on set can be really intense, whether it's emotionally intense or intimacy intense or physical intense. So I usually watch Gilmore Girls or something lighthearted. And then I do my million step skincare routine and I go to bed.
Oh, okay. Okay. So just something. I see. I thought you were going to say, "Well, I look at a mermaid movie."
I do watch H2O. It depends on my day.
And I'm not sure but Andrew Flores has a question, and I think we answered this, but I'll let you go into more detail if we did. Andrew asked, "What made you decide to be an actress?"
Yeah. Well, besides my sister, I think the final choice of wanting to do that as a career path was in high school. I've done so many musical theater plays, performances.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just wanted to do it as a career because I always really struggled in school. I struggled with sitting at a desk and doing math was like, I don't want to get into, me and math do not have a good relationship, but like math, social studies, anything just like sitting at a desk. I don't know, my creative mind was kind of craving more. And as soon as I got to grade 10 and 11, I was like, I don't want to be at a desk. I don't want to do the regular, I guess, stereotypical job, even though there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I craved the stage presence. I craved going into that out of body experience to become an actor. And
Mm-hmm.
as much as I love theater and I have a huge theater heart, there's not as much money in theater. So I decided to go into film because there's a little bit more money and I love to pay my bills. So yeah.
Amazing, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of those little things,
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give it back to Marcia for her final little fun stuff. So, Marcia.
Yeah, talk about fun. Yeah, because in here in the United States, I imagine in Canada too, reality shows are everywhere. You've got the dancing shows, the cooking shows, the sewing shows, the fashion shows, everything. So,
No mermaid show yet.
Yeah.
yeah. Survivor. So if you had to choose a show on which you were going to be a contestant, what do you think you might choose?
Ooh. Oh, I was actually talking to my friend about this the other day because here's the thing about dating shows. I would never want to go on there to actually date or talk to any men. But I would
Well,
want,
okay.
one of those people. I don't know if you guys have seen like Temptation Island or any of the other ones, but there's always those three people that are just there and they don't say anything. And they're just sitting in their bikinis, sipping their pina coladas with the sun on them, not even involving in any drama. That's who I want to be because they're getting paid and they're just sitting there living their best lives. So,
Cool.
yeah,
So you're like the Greek chorus. You're the observer.
exactly. I can listen to all the gossip and then be like, okay, good for you. I'm going to go in the pool now,
So one that tells me that you watched Love.
Yes.
And this, well, there's another one that's exploded. Love is Blind has just gone crazy on Netflix. So that would be, that's a very cool answer because that gives you kind of the power to be like the omnipotent being.
Yeah, the observer.
And then you get to write all the stories afterward.
Exactly.
So you talked about food a little bit, but what is Kendall's go-to when you're like starving and you really want some comfort food? What do you go for?
Ooh, sushi. I love sushi.
Oh.
Love. I eat way too much of it.
Now, have you made sushi or?
I haven't, but I've seen those little like tubes you can buy to roll your own like sushi rolls. I really want to try that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And are you before I ask the last one, fan interaction now with social media, it's almost you kind of you get fan interaction that way, but how has that been for you developing your fan interaction?
I love them. Oh my goodness. I've grown my followers on Instagram quite a bit. I love creating content. I love editing. And the little fan base that I have, or I like to call them the little family and friends, I'm so grateful for. Like, it's so nice that they're so supportive. And if they message me any questions, I love to respond to them and interact. It makes it more worth it to know that people like what they're seeing and they're supporting you. It's a nice little family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So, my last question is there something upcoming that you can tell us about that we should look for? Um,
Yes.
You won't get into trouble for telling us about.
That's right. Mhm.
I'm like, there is one. I'm like, please release this, guys, already. We filmed this. I think we filmed this a year ago now. Yeah, it
Oh, yeah.
was a year ago. It was a vertical. It's on IMDb, so I can say it. I think it's called Who Is My Husband?
Mhm.
It's so fun. Oh my gosh, it is so fun. It won't spoil a lot, but it's a comedy. It's like a rom-com. And my co-star was Chad, who I've worked with before. We actually did my second ever vertical together a long time ago, and I love this story. So hopefully they'll release it. I'm crossing my fingers it'll happen, and then you guys get to see it. So
Mhm. And now, talking with you, you've done villain, you've done, sweet kind. You're so talented. I see. You really give a lot for your roles, and you become who you are. So we love you. We hate you. we love the real Kendyl. So thank you
you.
so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, thank you so much for coming. Whoops, I just went to the wrong thing. We do have a couple more vertical actors coming on in the next few days. And now, Marsha, I get to try to pronounce this. Yakov Kolonsterval will be with us on April 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Emma Jane Prescott will be with us the 28th of April at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And then on the 30th of April, we have Isaac Turner, will be 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And if you're over in the UK, it will be on at 8 p.m. So we're very happy with them. We've got more coming up. But if you're all bored and if you're a Star Wars fan, we are actually having a review show in less than 90 minutes of the new Star Wars Mall. And if you'd like to join us, everyone, it'll be up there, but hopefully you will. But
we should do a review of Siren, Kendyl, the show. I don't know if did you watch the series?
Yeah, we should.
Well, there you go. That's Marsha. That's what you need to work on next when you finish all these other projects you're on, right?
Yeah.
But that's great. But everyone, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.